Round 17 here at TIO Stadium. Ashley Manakaris, Jared Eilert and Peter Atkinson calling the action for you today. The winner goes into the 5th position on the NTFL ladder and pretty much guarantees themselves a final spot. Ball kicked away. Westerberg versus O'Sullivan. Tars go forward first of all, straight in and picked out, pushed in the back, and a free kick will be paid anyway. I think he would have paid a mark. But a good start, good opening and good clearance from Waratah straight away. And a 50 has been paid, so someone had too much to say. Jared, you'd be happy with that start if you were the coach, Michael McLean.
Yeah, absolutely, and good to see Abraham Akers get an early touch. That's going to lift his confidence, and Williams, I think it is number 16 for Waratahs, absolutely making no mistake of that goal. And Michael McLean and the Waratahs couldn't ask for a better start.
Peter Atkinson, down to you on the sideline. What are the conditions like there? We had an earlier in the earlier game, there was rain towards the end of that game.
Yeah, very heavy underfoot on the ground, guys. Early on, the relatively dry ball, winning possession will be pretty important because I think it's going to get very heavy towards the middle and late stages of each quarter. Hardly any breeze, if any, goes across the ground.
Your umpires today are Simon Walker, who has the ball coming in to ball it up, Mark Holroyd and Jamison Galbraith. 3 very experienced men in the middle in this critical clash as O'Sullivan takes it out of the ruck, then handballs to no one. Coming through, Tars can't pick it up, but there's Wills for Darwin. He puts it on the boot quickly. They rush and try and get away. Tars clean it up. Cleaned up and then he's slung afterwards. Let go. Play on's the call. Atkinson's in there. Godden as well. Tars come out. Quick kicks. Forwarded it on. It's smothered off the boot. And the ball will go out of bounds. Just outside the 50. These conditions probably even it up a little bit, Jared.
Yeah, they do, and I think Buffalo's come into this game with a fair bit of confidence, having beaten Wanderers last week by 20 points. So these conditions would suit Buffalo's, but as the wet conditions do, they even the surface out, and it should be an even contest.
Well, it looked like Hagan got caught there holding the ball, and he did, and it'll be a free kick to Tars. So they have a chance to have their second inside 50 in the first 2.5 minutes, and a short kick in finds his target beautifully.
And good skill while early in the game, whilst the ball hasn't been drenched in any of the water that's laying on the ground, is key. And you can use good skill, hit your targets. Here we see Waratahs for their second forward entry, and they get a shot at goal.
It looks like it was the goal scorer, the first goal scorer, which is Williams again. He's going to line it up as a fair effort with this ball, although it won't quite be heavy just yet. He's going to kick from probably the 50-metre mark, and he does. Sits it up nice and high. It's going to fall short though. Off hands, touched, and go through for a point. Quick kick brought back in. Lucky Collinson picked it up there. Moroney was a bit ambitious quickly. Punched away, off the ground. Hagan cleans up. He's got Campbell running. Gets one hand on. Handballs to himself as Campbell keeps it in. The class of the North Melbourne, ex-North Melbourne player showing through. Smart picks it up and then sends it back out to the boundary line. They're going sideways to go forward. The Warriors. Michael McLean really turning this club around since taking over at the start of the year. Running it through the middle, Stokes. On to Erlitzson. Looking for Schillebeer. Punched away from him. Athanasio soccers it off the ground for Tars. And there's a grab there. Darwin will get a kick. And that's Williams. Well, umpire didn't call play on, which was very lucky. Williams looked like he was going to go then.
Damien Williams playing his 50th game, NTFL game, and he's had a very successful career to date. The Darwin Buffaloes.
Actually kicked 6, I think, or 6 or 7 against, might have been against Waratahs just before Christmas.
Very handy player, very successful with NT Thunder as well, as he lines it up.
That's a beautiful looking kick. Goal umpire didn't move. All clear, and in these conditions, in that left pocket, that's a difficult kick, Peter Atkinson.
Yes, although there's hardly any breeze, he did it beautifully.
Good build up there from the Buffaloes. Erlitzson.
Yeah, it's the settler I think that they needed, and the very difficult angle to have a shot from. Damien Williams kicks the goal and he kisses the armband on the left arm. So obviously a big game for him with a lot of meaning.
One goal, 1-7 at the 5-minute mark. Waratahs still lead Darwin 1 straight goal. We're in for a cracker. O'Sullivan versus Westerberg. Abe Ankers kicks it forward. Now it's coming out. Clark's in there, can't quite pick it up. It's Greasy. Westerberg, quick kick, sends it high. Up and under. Stokes, punched away. Savika can't pick it up. The Warriors have another shot at it, but it goes across the front. Through for a point.
I'm just going to play the percentages in these kind of conditions, so much better going longer and wider with that kick in Darwin Buffaloes, marked on the back flank.
Erlitzson cut off by Ankers. He's got 2 to it. Has he got 3? Yes, he has. Just in front of Williams. Plays on quickly from Alice Springs as Abe Ankers. Quick kick across. They just try and build it up slowly. Sam Godden punched away by Stokes for Darwin. Well, they're trying to play a bit of a possession game here, Waratahs, which in Tars sides of previous years we haven't really seen, have we, Jared? They've been one to just bomb it forward.
Yeah, correct. And to be fair, they probably haven't had the calibre of player out there to play that style, and it's obviously something that Michael McLean's introduced. When you've got Abraham Ankers, Sam Godden, Justin Bugler, these kind of players that can control the footy around the ground, they can start playing that style and make Buffaloes work, make them man up, make them chase.
Well, I'm just looking here. Justin Bugler was named, but I can't actually see him. He's out there, is he?
25.
There he is, okay. Drifting down on Erlitzson.
Good matchup. I think we need to watch that one throughout the course of the game.
Matty Campbell trying to get it out of defence for the Bombers. Bouncing clear. They all come into attack. Comes back out the back. There's Anchors again, who's had a fair bit of it early. Puts it onto his right boot, sending it up to the full forward. Off the hands of Williams, loose on the ground. Picked up and cleared. And the Warriors get their second.
Well, they set that wall up extremely well, actually. The Waratah's midfield and half back line, as you called. Justin Bugler pushed all the way up, so there was no chance of the ball coming outside the 50. And another forward entry into the hot spot. A roving, crumbing goal.
Waratah. Very good start from the Warriors, Peter.
Yeah, matchup's out.
Two goals, 2-14 as we approach the 8-minute mark to one straight goal, 6 points. O'Sullivan grabs it, then puts it on the boot. Up and under. There's that man Bugler. Couldn't get clean hands. Coming through is Campbell. Tapping it forward. Can't pick it quite up. Stokes is in there. So too is Godden. Was that Anchors? No, that was Anchors. Quick hands out. Here they come again, the Warriors. Williams, one of the goal kickers. Up, punched away by Moroney. Ball goes out of bounds. About 45 metres around from the Waratah's goal. Good work rate from the Warriors forwards too, Jared, early.
Yeah, they're getting the ball into dangerous positions. So even this boundary throw, even though it's out wide, it allows their midfield and backline players to actually man up, set up, and they can sort of dictate terms. Here we go again, another crumbing snap at goal. Just doesn't quite have the distance and touched on the line. So you get it to dangerous positions, you'll have every chance of kicking goals.
It's mark taken there. Stokes. I mean, these conditions are really made for Darwin's smaller brigade. Ball's going to be on the ground a fair bit. Stephen Anderson coming on for the Buffaloes for his first run for the day.
He's a pretty important player for them. He can actually turn the game on its head.
Jared Velastro with the hands taken high there, let go, play on. Clark with a quick kick, but cutting it off is Jake Smart. Smart across to Godden. Here comes the little brigade again for the Warriors. Punched out wide, very wide, probably the long way home. Stokes for Darwin, cutting it off, trying to keep it in front of him. The ball will go out. Now the square in this ground is actually set right over close to the scoreboard. It's only about 25 metres from that scoreboard side boundary line. So you'll see where the square is when we open to a wider vision of a shot. It's not quite in the true position. Stacks on, ball. They're trying to get it out. Stokes keeps it moving forward. Anchors is in there, but a free kick's been found. I think we might have played a soccer off the ground. It'll go to Stokes. Cameron Stokes looking for Jared. Can't pick it up first time. Quick hands out. So too is Bugler. Collinson dodges one. Down to Clark. Under pressure is Jalen Clark. Can't get rid of it. Hammered. The ball loose on the ground. Trying to knock it out is Bugler again. Anchors. Picks it up. Knocked clear to a teammate. Tries to beat one. Tries to beat two. Got caught holding the ball. Good pressure there by Collinson. Well, the free kick should actually be Joey, and that's going back to him now. Bit of a push and shove. Anchors and Clark on the sideline here. Williams presents himself. Stokes picks up the crumbs. Quick hands. Across to Anderson, we were talking about earlier. Fires it in, but the ball's hit the ground. Play on is the call. And the umpire will have to ball it up. We're starting to see that ball getting slipperier now, Jared.
Yeah, it's been on the ground for a little bit, and like you said, the centre square is pushed across to the other side to avoid this muddy patch grandstand side.
It's knocked out. Here they come again. Smart. He's got Bugler. Beats one. Justin Bugler. Good contest there Took a long time to get rid of it and got pinged. Effectively did a 360 then. Whistle's gone, something down the field, and it looks like it's a blood rule. And it'll be Abe Anchors. The ground actually doesn't look too bad, Jared. That this left-hand side grandstand, the Morris Rioli grandstand side is a little bit heavy, but the rest of it doesn't look too bad, does it?
Yeah, and I think it looks worse than what it actually is. So watching previous games, most players have handled those sort of conditions pretty well.
Moroney. Kicks it long to the contest. Williams is the flyer, off hands. Collinson's there as well. Sock it on. Westerberg's going to win the race. The ball slides down. They both go to ground. Picked up, quick kick. Vacant space. Bugler on the end of an ugly bounce. Can't pick it up, Williams. Now it's cleared out by Bradley Stokes. Williams got two hands to it, it's knocked away. He manages to recover and keep it in front. Hagan soccers it off the ground. Gonna beat one, he's got time to centre that ball and he does. Bouncing in the square, clear. Oh, luck's a fortune for Schillerbeer, but he couldn't get a clean possession. And the ball's gone out of bounds. I think it might have hit that post, it has. And will be thrown in.
Schillerbeer, I think, spent it before he had it. He couldn't believe his luck.
I think he'd kicked it before he picked it up.
That's right. But again, a dangerous spot here. So we've seen most of the attacking play in Waratah's 50. Now it's a chance for Buffaloes.
Quick hands, roving it. Sliding to the ground. He's going to go if he can't get rid of it. It's not clear. Play on. Here we go. The runner comes through as Savica overruns the handball from Williams. Then dives on it to bottle it up. Buff's right in this. Wills comes in again. Loose on the ground and the ball will go out of bounds. He's a workhorse, Phil Wills, isn't he?
Just the skill to pick up that football at full pace. Obviously wet conditions and slippery conditions. Magnificent handball.
Westerberg goes one out, but looks like Elijah Ware puts it on the boot. Tars, though, trying to clear it out. 3 on 2, 4 on 2. Savica's going to pick it up for Buffs. Handball's back on the ground. Quick hands out. One step kick. Collinson for Darwin. He'll just set it up. Flyer comes out of the back, and Warriors will relieve a little bit of the pressure for a few minutes. They've got the runners out wide. They send it forward, and then there's a downfield paid. There's no one inside the 50. Now there's two. He's kicked it across the face and found a teammate, but the ball will have to go back. Can't play on from an FAD. That's a free kick after disposal, Jared. You know that.
Thanks for that. Clearing that up, Ashley.
Williams puts it on the boot. It's going to bounce. Can't gather it in.
What's been impressive is the transfer of play or the fact that the Waratahs have been able to be man-on-man in their defence or the back 50 to transfer that and change that into attack has been very impressive. The way they ran hard on the turnover, Buffaloes were really struggling to pick them up, and they was lucky that the ball couldn't be played on from a free kick downfield, which allowed the defence to get back.
They were exposed, weren't they? And here they come again. Sammy Godden, left foot, snap, trying to wind it back, but it's going to go out of bounds on the full. 16 minutes gone here in the first term. Today's game absolutely crucial for both teams. 2 goals, 3-15 Waratahs to 1 straight goal. The winner pretty much assured of a spot in the 5. Wills puts his team, the opposition player, under pressure. Here they come again. It's a snap, right foot. That looks pretty good. And Tars get their third.
Well, if you've got that many forward entries and you're keeping the ball inside the 50, you're going to translate that or convert that into scoring opportunities. And there's no better spot than 30 metres out, right in front of goal. No mistake, kicking the goal.
Peter, what have you thought about Tars constantly moving that ball forward?
Well, they're certainly getting more numbers to the contests. The breeze is not really a factor. If anything, going by the flags, it's favouring the Buffalo end. The ground just doesn't allow them to do their zip and zag, so Their Waratah's direct approach to the ball is paying off.
Might not be very pretty, but they are actually keeping it moving forward. Westerberg, O'Sullivan, scooped off the ground, let go, play on. Because they got other targets. Cameron Stokes cleaning up for Darwin. In fact, he takes it through, concedes the point. Now he looks to send it outside that 50, take some pressure off. No one's going to touch that, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a kick to Tars. Off hands again. Quick handball. Philpott. O'Sullivan. Has to go to ground, trying to keep the ball forward. Hagan's in there, O'Sullivan again. This is Elijah Ware. He's got time, runs his full quota. Kicks towards the goal square, hoping for a bounce, and he does, but not quite the angle he wants, and it goes through for a point. Athanasio sends it out. That's a huge kick and finds his target. Good contest there. Baroni's had to come a long way forward. Eighteen and a half minutes gone. 3 goals forward, 22. Plays 1 goal, 1-7. Collinson can't pick it up. Boundary line coming fast. Ball goes out of bounds. McConnell for Waratahs. Well, a haircut like McConnell's is going to get you noticed by the umpires, Jared. Godden, quick kick. Great pickup. Gets it back. Handball has to be to the ground. Matty Blake, left foot, sets it up. Oh, just drifting off and hits that point post. Trevor Oliver in there doing the work as well. That was a great pickup from Oliver.
Front position, that's where Waratah's forwards have had the upper hand on their opponents. They're playing in front. Always gives you the first chance of picking up the football and bringing your other teammates up the ground into the game.
Oh, this could be another mistake here. It's just touched before it goes out of bounds and will be thrown in. Well, you know, you get the possession back from a point, you kind of want to use it and get it outside your 50, Jared, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in these conditions, just longer and wider is playing the percentages and key, and be predictable to your teammates and get it away, as far away from goals as possible. And start again.
Still, Darwin started last week in a similar fashion and held Wanderers off, came good over the 4 quarters. We'll see if they can do that this time.
Isaiah Bankus is about to return to the field with that treatment to his head injury. He's a pretty key player for Waratahs.
Certainly had a lot of the ball early, Pete. Thank you. Velastro up against Archard. Scooped off the ground was Atkinson. Godden's locked up over it, but the ball's not coming out of there. He's throwing up.
The time on now.
And as they say, Pete, red time, non-negotiable. Throwing their arms around. Play on is the call. Maroney with a bit of body. He's on top of it, has to tap it out. Atkinson can't pick it up either. Waratahs just keep pushing it forward.
Brodie Carroll, number 3.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but they just kept working it forward and kept the pressure on.
Again, they've got another setup or another stoppage inside their 50, right in front of goals, and you keep hammering away at those hot spots. You're going to get chances. You're going to get your opportunities. When they do, it's exactly how you nail it.
Good second effort from him as well, because he was out of the contest there with Maroney, and then he's got back up and kept going. Good football awareness. You've got to be happy with that. They seem to be playing, Peter. One thing about the Waratahs side this year is Michael McLean has seemed to get them more disciplined. They seem to be doing a lot of the small stuff a lot more.
I'd agree. I think they're really well structured and they're playing the percentages today, which you have to in these conditions.
4 goals, 5-29, 22 minutes gone, plays 1 goal, 1-7. Margin just getting away from Darwin at the moment. Brodie Carroll, the goal scorer, collects it, gives it away. Velastro's in there. Quick hands, and then he's been pinged for a throw. Stephen Anderson plays on quickly for Buffs. Sending it forward. Shilabia can't get it. Bugler's in there. Ball's loose on the ground. So's McConnell with the hair. O'Sullivan, quick hands out the back. Anderson again, kicking toward full forward, but there's no one there. The only player there is a Waratah's defender.
That's a good outcome for Darwin Buffaloes, and Stephen Anderson certainly worked his way into the game, having about 4 or 5 possessions in the last 5 minutes.
They've missed him the last 2 weeks. He's been out suspended, so his return's a real plus for the Buffaloes.
Well, he sets himself up as that great outlet, Peter. That's good football awareness from him. Off hands. Diving on it is that man Anderson again. Free kick, whistle's gone. It's going to go to Waratahs. The Waratahs defender McConnell. Looking for Blake. Cut off though by Atkinson. And the ball will go out of bounds.
These two teams are one apiece at the moment throughout the season. They played in round 3 where Tars got the win by 16 points, and they played in round 10 where Buffaloes won by 48.
Collinson soccering it off, pushed in the back is Wills, gets a free kick for his effort. Well, on a day like this, just being the man in front comes with enormous benefits, and there's an example. On a day like this, it might just be a difficult kick, but they much need this goal, do the Darwin Buffaloes. The kick from outside 50, and he sets it up high. It's going to drift off to the right. Punched away by the defence. Ball will go out of bounds and will be thrown in. 24 and a half minutes gone. 4 goals, 5-29, 1-1-7. Winners through, you would think, to the finals. Both teams have tough matchups next week.
They certainly do, Ash. Waratahs play St Mary's and Buffaloes play Nycliffe. So the two top teams are waiting for these two teams next week.
Siren goes to sound the end of the first quarter. It's 4 goals, 5-29. Waratahs lead Darwin 1 goal, 1-7.
Commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin by purchasing your very own limited edition number plate. All proceeds from the sale will be donated to Legacy NT. To order, visit or call AANT on 08 8925 5901. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue and far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Does it get any better?
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide. What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
This summer, pass your personal best. Pass the time doing things you love. Pass the Sunsense, please. Sunsense SPF 50+ is a very high UV sunscreen sold only in pharmacies that's made right here in Australia for Australian conditions. And for the best price on Sunscents, you can't go past Chemist Warehouse.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sport zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
Second quarter underway with Waratahs leading by 22 points. Make or break game, round 17. Anchors, quick hands away. Knocked off it was McConnell. Tars can't get it away cleanly. Taken high, free kick will be paid. Looks like Collinson again. Head over the ball. Plays on quickly, find his skipper Wills. He's got it out wide to Hagan, but the kick hasn't found the mark and the ball has gone out of bounds and will be thrown in. Peter, did you manage to make it out to the huddles?
No, obviously the percentages would focus, the play percentages. Waratah's confident and reacted to Michael McLean.
They're working hard to keep possession. Savika can't quite pick it up. Sliding, very slippery out there, of course. We had rain before this game started, and we've had hundreds of millimetres during the week. O'Sullivan wins out. Elijah Ware can't get Clean's hand, but Campbell quick off to Phil Wills. Cutting it off is Bugler. Tars managed to keep it in and get it out of there. Godden with the quick hands.
But Matty Campbell limping around with the ankles. That's not good signs for him and Buffaloes at the moment.
Oh, taken high, let go. Ball will be thrown up. McConnell injecting himself a bit here from Waratahs.
Yeah, it's a good matchup for McConnell versus Joey Collinson as well. See that one play out for the rest of the game.
Both in and under types. Jason Williams. McConnell taken high but kept going. Play on is the call. Loose on the ground. Good hard contest there. Savika with body. He wins out, gives it off to Hagan. O'Sullivan, quick-footed, sends it up to centre wing. Wills and Campbell combine again, looking for targets. But it's a steadier there.
Jimmy Mosquito, been one of their best players in the first quarter, I thought, along with this guy, Abraham Anchors.
Angus out to centre wing. Turnover, Hagan. Balks has plenty of time, swivels onto his preferred foot, and then it's a turnover. Back to where it came from. Williams holds out there. Atkinson backing into the pack, but it's roved. Stokes can't clear it out. Now there's a big tackle and a quick kick. Campbell, though, has positioned himself behind the ball. Play on was the call, or he played on? Either or. He gives it off to Atkinson, who sends it outside the 50, trying to clear it away, but there's a push. And Elijah Ware will be the recipient of a free kick. Darwin desperately trying to get it over that centre wing line in front of the scoreboard. The ball's gone out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Given the conditions, we're certainly going to have a lot of stoppages, boundary throw-ins and ball-ups throughout the course of the game. It doesn't change the fact that it's going to be plenty of running, and in these heavy conditions, ramps and fitness are going to be key come the fourth quarter.
Anchors, absolutely critical so far. Warriors sending it inside that 50. Stacks on it, and the ball will be locked up, and the ball will be thrown up, or has a free kick been found? And it has.
Dean Holloman, you get your head over the footy, you're first to it, generally going to get the free kick or push in the back.
Jalen Clark can't keep it. Recovers, though, very nicely. Quick kick. Still can't get it away. Kieran Nichols is in there, and there's a high. Josh O'Brien gets the kick. Stokes with a big punch. Moroney. He has time and has a look. Hasn't got a lot of options, so he tries to pick out Clark versus Bugler. Punched away by Bugler. O'Brien again dragged off the ball. In fact, he'll get a free kick. Don't be silly. Umpires coming in. Justin and Jalen Clark from Darwin having a bit of push. Justin Bugler and Jalen Clark a bit of push there. O'Brien. Well,
that was again.
Yeah, that was Godden. Got taken out by Campbell, so he's earned a free kick off the hands, over the top. Coming through there was Dustin Gordon, who has put it through for his second for the day. And Tars extend their lead. 5 goals, 5 they move to. Darwin trail 1 goal, 1, 5.5 minutes gone in this second term.
The Waratah's just winning the contested ball at the moment. They've got numbers around the footy, around the contest, like Peter said earlier, and they're just playing in front, getting first hands to the ball, winning the free kicks by doing that, and just getting the ball to the dangerous spots in their forward 50.
Peter, do you think the little brigade of Darwin really needs to start kicking in? I mean, Tars seem to be doing the work on the ground.
Yeah, but they can't do it just because they're good ground players. They need more numbers to give each other support and play like Waratahs are when they get they're making good decisions. Playing percentage. Buff's a lot harder at the moment.
Missed kick from O'Sullivan has gone out of bounds. We see Matthew Campbell going up the race. He's been one of their one of the players for Darwin that's really had to work hard on the ground. Oh, the player there dragged off the ball, but the ball has gone out of bounds. So Jackson Ferguson being dragged down there, but no free kick. Belastro versus O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan handballs to himself, then puts it over the running Stokes. Stokes again goes back to get, and the whistle is gone, and I'd suggest it's gone out of bounds. It has. So Elijah Ware and Jared Stokes trying to combine there, but boundary line beat them.
Good to see Elijah Ware get some of the footy over the last couple of minutes. He's going to be pretty important, and playing him up forward will actually be a good spot for him, I think. So good move by Mark Motlop.
Bottled up on that far side, just in front of the light tower. One of the better parts of the ground, that far side, actually. Archer can't quite get a clean hit away. Elijah Ware, you're talking about just then. Slowing things down. Well, Tars, we talk about the discipline. They've gone man on man early and quickly. It looks like Stokes gets around, puts it onto his right boot, but can't get it through.
Just genuine speed there from Jared Stokes. Just got the ball out wide. And you've got players like Elijah Ware in the contest to push the ball out wide to players like Stokes.
Everyone's paired up here. Mosquito takes the kick out, kicks it over the top. But taking a very strong mark there was Darren Schillerbeer. He'd probably think about backing himself on a dry day from here. Let's see, he looks pretty confident from here. He's going to go back and have a deliberate shot. He'll
Good
kick.
decision.
Good decision, do you think?
Yeah.
From 50. 45-degree angle. Sets it up. Coming back beautifully.
That's a confidence booster for the Darwin Buffaloes right there. Strong hand, strong mark. Big goal from 50 metres.
Really good indicator of the breeze that standing directly behind him. It started off in a line with the point post and came back beautifully to go through the middle of the goals.
Well, that's the type of leadership you're looking for out on the field, isn't it? Back yourself. Anything's possible. 5 goals, 5-35 as we approach the 9.5-minute mark. 2 goals, 2. 14 Darwin.
Just took some notes from the first quarter that Darwin just lacked a bit of urgency when they won the football, won the free kick, and the skills were letting them down a little bit. So hopefully with that goal, they can start addressing some of those issues and getting the ball inside the forward 50.
O'Sullivan roving his own work, sends it forward. Bugler trying to be the rover. Can't get it. Williams picks it up, right foot, goes to the goal square. And it drifts off to the left. Hits the post, in fact. And Darwin really putting the Warriors' defence under pressure. They've managed to get it out through Williams. He plays on quickly. It's a one-on-one contest. Moroney. Outstripping Oliver. In fact, Jason Cook. Outstripping Jason Cook there. Darwin really lifting in this last couple of minutes. Oh, Westerberg takes the front, socket off the ground. Atkinson pushed, let go, play on. Now it comes to Anchors, quick kick. It's a one-handed handball. Play on is the call, let go. McConnell's in there. Erlitzen can't get it, clean possession. Good physical, hard football. Now it comes out. Williams chips it up. It's an up and under. They all fly, punched away. Picked up by Blake. Hurried kick. Moroney, who's covered a mountain of ground, cleans it up for the Buffaloes, sends it out. The ball, though, has gone out of bounds. Gee, he's covered some ground, Moroney.
He certainly has, but just gutsy defence there by Cameron Stokes. He's hurt himself in the process by trying to smother that ball and that shot on goal, but he's certainly doing everything he can for the Darwin Buffaloes. Hopefully that's something that will inspire and lift his teammates around him.
Stokes leaving the field at the moment.
He puts his body on the line, does Cameron Stokes. It looks like he's got a bit of blood coming down there, Pete. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Right inside, just to the side of his eye.
Well, he doesn't lack courage, does Cameron Stokes, as we see him coming off the field there.
That's from that smother, so he saves a goal, and unfortunately he cops one to the head and has to come off with a blood rule.
Play just waiting for that player to come back on, and that was Bradley Stokes that replaced him, so play will restart. The ball is in the hands of Zach Westerberg. Defensive numbers slightly favour the Buffaloes, but they don't need to worry about that because Lockie Collyhole has actually taken a great mark.
Did extremely well. He not only attacked the footy, but when he got his hands to it, he controlled the drop of it. So he was able to second grab it. In these kind of conditions, it's very difficult to grab it one touch when you're attacking the ball at speed. He controlled it, got it back to the drop zone, and there's a shot at goal.
Not a bad kick from Westerberg either, as Collyhole goes in and doesn't make any mistake about that at all. So at the 13-minute mark, Waratah's moved to 6 goals, 5-41. They lead Darwin 2 goals, 3-15. Good kick from Westerberg because he was a fair way out. Just watch that grab again. Very nice.
Perfect, and that's what reward for effort for all your midfielders and backline players up the field. Your forwards can take marks like that just to settle things down, but then go back and actually kick the goal just means a lot for the players up the field.
Over jumping it was Westerberg. Godden was the rover. He's been pinged for holding the ball. Advantage paid, O'Sullivan. Oh, Jake Smart got his hands on it. Anderson cleverly picked up and cleaned up. Then a quick kick, it's going to bounce. And will be taken over the boundary line by Athanasio. That's John Athanasio.
Good pace by the big fellow, O'Sullivan, through the midfield. And good decision to actually just play on and get the ball inside the 50 quickly.
Well, the plan is to keep that ball moving. Picked up. And the quick shot on goal is unfortunately offline. So that's Chris Williams.
Yeah, just a half chance there. Another opportunity to try win the ball back from the kick out. Must admit, Waratah's been pretty good in this area so far.
Well, I think they're preferring to go for distance. I think that's, Jared, your advice was let's get it outside the 50, which is I think what they're trying to do. Oh, there's Collyhole again with another great grab. He's got Westerberg over the back if he wants to go to him, and he tries, but it might fall short. Off his hands. Will's too hot for him too. Ball's loose on the ground. Quick hands out, Anchors. Then onto the running Blake. Left foot.
They just look dangerous, don't they, Waratahs, when they've got a bit of space or time and space. They're certainly running a lot harder when they've won the football than what Darwin Buffaloes do when they get their opportunities going the other way.
Both ruckmen for each club proving to be incredibly mobile. Diving on it was McConnell from Waratahs, but now it's come out. The umpire let it go. Hagan looking for Williams. He has to go to ground. Knocked away by his opponent, McCarthy. Campbell with a quick tap. Mosquito can't pick it up, sock it off. Smart, taken high, let go, play on. Bugler, underground, looking for Mosquito again. They're all diving on it. Ball still free, no one's got clean possession. It's Willing in there. Still loose, letting it go, letting it come out. Now he'll ball it up.
Good football. Great to see both teams going hard at it. An indication that they want that final spot.
And very good the umpire let it go because it kept bubbling around. Velastro and O'Sullivan, they clash. Smart in there, can't pick it up. Quick, it was Godden, try and got it out. Here we go, Erliton steps, has his kick disrupted. Godden, touch, play on is the call. Stokes tries to beat one. Handball away to the wheels. Then Shillabeer in the ground, slides. Unfortunately, comes to ground. Stokes again for Darwin. Looking out wide, he's got Elijah Ware presenting himself beautifully. Ware goes back, looking for Anderson. He waits, chopped away from him. Anchors cleans up for Waratahs, and they get out of trouble in the time being through Blake.
They just stopped running them, Buffaloes. They had all the momentum going forward, but Waratah's defence and midfield kept pushing up. Then their midfield Buffalo's midfield got caught in between.
Jason Williams spoils, then cleans up off his hands, puts it up looking for collar hole, and it's off hands and through for a point.
A couple of very exciting passages of play. Hopefully that continues for the rest of the game.
Michael Hagan receiving the ball that's come in short. They persist to go short, does Darwin. Playing a possession game. Chris Williams, quick hands, off to Jared Stokes. He doesn't have a lot to look forward to, but it's Williams was the flyer. He got two grabs on it. Play on is the call. Athanasio puts it on the boot, can't get it away. Now they're away through Clark Edwards. Over to Matty Campbell with a handball onto Elijah Ware. Gives it don't argue. Then a left foot into a space. It's bouncing. Smart will cut it off. Under pressure from Anderson. He's slung to the ground and the ball will be thrown in.
That's the Buffaloes we like to see. A bit of instinctive football. Great attack on the ball by Damien Williams up in the air. Unfortunately, his teammate, I think, got in the way to actually pull it down for the second grab. But
well, he did get his hands on it a second time, but he couldn't control it all the way to the ground. Got a hole in the ruck there. Mosquito with it quick. He dealt with heavily after the kick. It's going to bounce. Erlinson will try and keep it in. McConnell. And they hugged the boundary line. Kieran Nichols couldn't keep it in. The ball's gone out of bounds. Peter, the tempo of the game on the ground looks to have picked up considerably.
Has, and I reckon the Buffaloes crowd are starting to get into it too.
Athanasio didn't quite get his foot on it. Play on is the call. Savika beats one. Ball pushed over the back. Williams leading the race to it. Under some pressure. Oh, Bugler, beautifully. Oh, miss kick off the side of the boot. Might have gone out of bounds on the full. In fact, it did.
Cameron Stokes heavily bandaged, about to return to the field. Inspiring player for Buffaloes.
As we approach time on, 6 goals, 6, 42 plays 2 goals, 4, 16. Yeah. Peter, the tempo on the ground seems to have picked up a fair bit in the last couple of minutes.
It has. Neither side sort of got any sort of run on. It's really quite intense. The stronger bodies of Waratah is proving a bit of a headache for Darwin, but they're going just as hard at the moment. The test will come at the end of the game, I guess.
That's a big kick.
It is, setting themselves over the back. Smart, trying to clean up for Waratah's. Got to give it quick hands. Oh, pushed off there. Cannot get a free kick. Cannot get a kick away. Sullivan can't pick it up. Wills is in there. Anchors. Hurries a kick out. Goes out towards the boundary line, but it's picked up by Schillerbeer. Darren Schillerbeer. He's going to have his kick chopped off by Timmy Mosquito. Waratah's defence working overtime. Godden with a quick hands out to Mosquito, and here they come again, the Warriors. Well, it was a half kick, and he's picked out his teammate Dustin Gordon. Chips off over the side to Collarhole. He's already got one. A diving Moroney tries to offset him, but it doesn't matter because it's gone through for number 7 for the Warriors, and Collarhole's second.
That's the difference in work rate at the moment. Waratahs, when they win the football, they're prepared to push back, but more importantly, they're prepared to push forward, and Collier just running into open space. I guess Luck's of Fortune falling into the lap of number 16, Dustin Gordon, at centre-half forward, but your work rate's up as we see Collier in the replay.
Evidence of that was that he started from behind the contest at the half-back line. Ended up being by himself inside the 50. Great run, Collier.
And Peter, how good is the Warriors' defence in the context they're backing themselves and prepared to run off the back line?
Exactly right.
We just saw a shot there from Coach Michael McLean for Waratahs, and he's down on the ground coaching from the boundary, calling players on and off.
Godden taken high and will get a free kick. Williams, Jason Williams. It's a sideways kick. The square set right over here at TIO Stadium. Joey Collinson cuts that off though. Wills out wide. He's got a bit of space. Looks up. He's got Schillerbeer. Schillerbeer drops what he should have taken. On the ground, cleaning up. They're just doing the work. The little things a little bit better, Waratahs, at the moment.
They're only a lot cleaner with the ball too, even though these are tough conditions for both teams. You can just see Waratahs a lot cleaner, smarter, and use the ball more effectively.
Schillerbeer's on hands and knees there. He's up now, upright. Westerberg just drags O'Sullivan off the ball, and a free kick's going to be paid on. Yep, and it's going to go to O'Sullivan. Williams is the fly, but it's off hands. Athanasio, just hurried kick. Quick kick in. Joshua O'Brien can't quite clean it up versus Clark. They both go to ground trying to pick it up. There's Athanasio again, just with a huge kick out, but it's chopped off. Hagan. The
Nice
leading
touch.
Campbell was a nice lead and nice pass. Drops it, picks it up to Schillerbeer. Tries to bend it back around. Just didn't set it up high enough early enough. 23 minutes and 42 seconds gone. 7 goals, 6, 48. Plays 2 goals, 5, 17.
The amount of possession Buffaloes have had to date, they deserve a goal here and would actually give them a lot of confidence to go into the second half with another goal to the scoreboard. But Jake Smart won't have any of that.
He's chopped off that kick and he's taken a mark, and he goes out sideways to Mosquito. Well, you can't come in and shepherd off the mark, Josh. That's what Simon Walker's telling him at the moment, Josh O'Brien.
Done it well. Dangerous to go back and forth in front of goal, but they've maintained possession, and it's just...
They're winding down the clock, I think. Jared. Although it's been cut off there. Collinson, and that'd be 50. Well, that's 50 on the siren. So this will be an important kick at goal. He's going to come to within 10 or 15 metres of that goal line.
This could be huge.
Well, it's an important goal because they trail 7 goals, 6, 48 to 2 goals, 5, 17.
As we saw before, we know the breeze is shooting across the goal. So for a left footer, Joey Collinson, we're going to have to aim for the right-hand post and just pop it up.
Don't know who the offender was then. You might see that on a replay later. But Collinson puts it up and guides it through. And so Darwin claws one back to be 3 goals 5, 23 at the break. They still trail Waratah 7 goals 6, 48.
Couldn't help him.
Take a week to get the crabs out of the car.
Local knowledge is important, and with a 15% online discount, it's now easier to get TIO comprehensive car insurance. TIOFI.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Life. So full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets, so you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices, guaranteed.
Ships sunk, aircraft destroyed, hundreds killed. For 2 years, bombs fell. Thousands evacuated. Families torn apart. Soldiers might never come home. These are our stories. The Territory remembers as the incredible story of World War II in our own backyard. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Intersport, new concept store, now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball, all new women's zone from running to yoga, and Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel, plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue and far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
25 points the difference as we start the third quarter. The all-important round 17 clash, the winner pretty much guaranteeing themselves a spot in the final five. Elijah Ware with the kick away. Darwin got all the work to do in this second half, Jared.
Yeah, they certainly do, and quickly some goal kickers for the game so far. For Waratah's Brody Carroll, Lachlan Colleyhole with 2, and Dustin Gordon 2, Jason Williams, Nicholas Gooch 1 each for Waratah's. And for Darwin Buffaloes, Joseph Collinson, Damian Williams and Darren Shillabeer.
Moroney has had a ton of work to do today, and he's done it pretty well for the most part. He sends it way forward. Oh, don't argue there, did Jalen Clark, but Godden. The rain is coming down here in the third quarter. It started at half time and has kept going. Jake Smart tries to wrap it up. Darwin players asking the question, but umpire says, give it to me, no prior, and the ball will be thrown up. Stephen Anderson injecting himself early. Shillabeer overruns it. Tapped out by Phil Wills. Lets the ball go to Shillabeer right on that 50-metre point, and the ball will be thrown in. Peter, does the rain help or hurt Darwin's ability to come back from that 25-point deficit?
Oh, I think it probably hurts them at this stage. They just need a firmer track than what they're being provided with now that we've had this steady rain. It's coming down very steadily.
Emotions got a bit high there after Joey Collinson kicked that goal just on the half-time siren. Players coming in to talk to each other. They had to be separated by the umpires. Waratahs continue to move that ball around. Just slowly, collar hole there, gives it over the top to Blake. Blake's handball, though, got cut off by Hagan. Hagan picks out Collinson. He goes in short. Finds his teammate in Williams. It's Christopher Williams, who goes sideways to Moroney, who fumbles. Just showing how slippery it is out there. Mosquito can't collect it on the full. Bumped off by Elijah Ware, but it's 3-on-1. McConnell clears it for Waratahs. Punched away at the back. Trying to keep it moving. Williams from Waratahs can't get it. Miss kick, kicked over the top. Play on is the call because it was touch. Sam Godden wrapped up. Trying to keep it moving. Big hip and shoulders. Holliman dragged off it. They continue to keep it going. It's willing bodies everywhere. Mosquito with a sharp handball from Oliver. Had all the time in the world and sent it out of bounds on the full.
That's the conditions. Significant impact on this game. The rain over half time, and that ball slipping off the side of the boot for Mosquito.
Cameron Stokes. Nasty head clash. And he's got his head wrapped up. Anchors. Across to Cook. Borks Handball's inside. It's McConnell. Quick hands again. Balks back to Cook. Quick hands to Mosquito. Right foot snap. He puts it through.
Don't worry about running straight at goal. Run to the side and snap it. Actually, you get more purchase on the footy, but sensational goal by Mosquito.
Misses the easy one, gets the hard one. Work that out.
Always an NT footy. Do it the hard way. It looks better that way anyway.
Jason Cook having a hand here a couple of times in that football, the number 10. Gets it back, then quick hands again. That's brilliant.
That is brilliant control of the football in these kind of conditions by hand. They were clean, running with pace. Sensational goal by Timmy Mosquito to add his name to the goal kickers list.
8 goals, 654, plays 3 goals, 523, and you would think that top 5 position slowly slipping away from the Darwin Buffaloes. They try and get something started again back in the middle. Savika in there, taken high. No free kick, play on is the call. Peter, that was a great goal from Waratahs, particularly the way that they worked it forward and kept possession.
Oh, the strength of Jason Cook, who ran in a straight line and backed himself, was really impressive. This makes it really hard for Buffaloes.
Anderson fighting for the ball, tries to get it back. Still loose on the ground, they're all reaching in. There's Anderson again for Darwin, kicks it out. Open space, Stokes will run onto it. Gives it off to his teammate in Maroney, back inside to Shillabeer, who's at his ankles, which is okay, except he's 6'5". And he's been caught holding the ball. Well, the handball was at his feet. Not much he could do about it, falling over.
That's the difference in the skill level. We just saw that amazing goal from Waratahs because they had clean handballs. Different scenario for Buffs at the moment.
Bugler with a huge kick to collar hole. Kept in, and then puts it on the boot. Diving Stokes, can't get his hands on it. And the ball's gone out of bounds. Trevor Oliver there. Upset at himself he wasn't able to take that cleanly, but Stokes had done all the hard work to keep that ball in contest.
Good field position here for Waratahs. Again, inside their 50, about 35 metres out in front of goal.
Diving in as anchors. Wrapped up by Savika, the ball loose. Now it comes out. Williams, one of the goal kickers today. Held up. The ball will be balled up directly in front of goals, about 25 metres out.
Only 2 Buffalo players forward of centre. It's going to be hard work for Buffaloes to get it out of the Tars forward line.
They essentially have to run it, don't they, Peter?
Yep, and these conditions just make it a little bit harder to do that.
They're putting the pressure on. Sliding, Savika kicks it off the ground. Or punches it off the ground, trying to pick it up. In there was Stokes, couldn't get it clean. Ball will be balled up again. And a free kick's been found and awarded. And it'll go to Cameron Stokes. Not sure what that was for.
Certainly relieves some of the pressure that was building there for the defenders of Darwin Buffaloes.
They have been under... Oh, Bugler was dealt with a little bit of average, and he gets up to remonstrate with Jalen Clark. That was a little bit unnecessary there, you know. I appreciate
frustration, I think. We're quite close to it here at the camera point.
Yep. Peter was... He didn't look like he was in the contest, but...
Yeah, he arrived late, so it made it even more obvious.
Bugler's kick is cut off by Erlinson, still loose on the ground. The hurried handball comes out. One step. Williams can't get a kick away. Off the ground was Trevor Oliver. Goes through for a point. Bit ambitious, but...
Very ambitious. They had the numbers there, so certainly to pick up the ball and fire the handball out would have been the better option, but...
They're 32 points up. I suppose they can try whatever they want. As Atkinson takes a strong grab. He really hasn't got anything up forward to look forward to anyway.
Well, he's got space, and Matty Campbell's on John Athanasia, and that's not a bad matchup if there's space for Buffaloes.
Liam Philpott, heavily strapped left leg. Atkinson, who sent the ball further forward out of defence, comes in to clean up. Anchors can't get clean possession. Phil Wills can, dances around one, has to give a quick handball. Jake Smart picks it up, it's an up and under. Play on is the call, it hasn't gone 15 metres. Anchors again, wrapped up by Cameron Stokes. Great tackle. Bradley Stokes off to Cameron. Cameron puts it on the boot, but Timmy Mosquito drops what he should have taken. Slippery conditions. Shillabeer under pressure as he kicked from Sam Godden, and the ball's gone out of bounds.
Seeing little hot passages of play throughout this game. That was certainly one brilliant tackle by Cameron Stokes, and going back to Ferguson for Waratahs as well. Two great tackles in these conditions.
Blake versus Atkinson. Atkinson keeps his feet and gets it, drives it into the 50. Williams can't mark it. Campbell picking up the loose ball. Godden puts him under pressure. He's wrapped up. Wills. That was Chris Williams, Jared Stokes in there, and the ball's gone out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Whoever comes out on top of this game is going to actually get the best preparation for finals football. This is just physical, it's hard running, a lot of pressure, a lot of feeling in it. And whoever comes out on top will be best placed, I reckon.
Now that ball, boundary thrown, will just have to be recalled there. Just went up and under a little bit short. Ruckman didn't have a chance to get underneath it. 8 goals, 7.55, plays 3 goals, 5.23. Coming through was Chris Williams, couldn't get it. Godden in there, he drags it under. I don't think he's going to get pinged, and he's not, and the ball will be thrown up. Both teams have been very physical all day, prepared to put their body over the ball.
Absolutely, and love to see Darwin Buffaloes try and get a goal out of this forward passage of play.
They desperately need one. Stacks on. Can't get clean possession either side. Collar holes in there. He's trying to thump it out for Waratahs, but he's under all sorts of pressure.
Umpire comes in and says, let's get on with it.
Good quick ball up as Anderson. Quick kick. Bugler trying to pick it up. O'Sullivan, the resting ruckman. O'Sullivan, the resting ruckman, has drawn a free kick, and I suspect it might be high.
Again, probably unlucky, but the advantage of playing in front, and for players on both sides to stick those kind of tackles in these kind of conditions is quite difficult. Normally you slip off, but they're holding them, and it's sensational to see. Whoever's hung around for this game in the crowd, certainly getting to witness some tough physical football.
Certainly getting their money's worth. Velastro's on the mark. Kicks it across the face of goal, and the ball will actually go out of bounds.
And I think that's a better result than a point for Buffs at the moment. Gives them another chance to put that forward pressure on them.
Well, they come in now. They come into a forward 50 that's reasonably congested. O'Sullivan, roving that was collar hole, kicks it out towards the boundary line, and I think that's going to go out of bounds, and it is. So Darwin will get possession again. Very important possessions these, Jared, in terms of getting it inside the 50.
Absolutely, just need to convert some of their forward entries.
Dean Holeman.
Scoreboard pressure.
Well, Jake Smart sliding across, cuts it off for Waratahs. 200 game player, Jake Smart.
Been around for a long time, Smarty. He's a handy player, stalwart for the Waratahs Football Club.
They play on quickly, and Marcus Velastro presents himself as an option, then sends it out to Blake. Joshua O'Brien can't pick it up, and it goes out of bounds.
I know we said it before, but Waratahs are just playing the percentages. They get the ball, they go out wide, get a boundary throw and reset. Just even if you get the ball forward and it's out wide, it's in a less dangerous spot, they're just playing the percentage beautifully, and they're willing to actually work hard and run hard just to gain that extra 10, 15 metres.
And they're doing it for their teammates too. They're not letting their teammates one out. Beautiful pick up there by Campbell. He swivels around onto his left foot, and from 45 metres out goes goalward.
Too much class. Matty Campbell doesn't need a lot of space. Clean pickup, that was the key.
That was the key, and he turned on a dime, and it never looked like he was going to miss.
They needed that one, absolutely, and we spoke about scoreboard pressure. If they can just start chipping away at it, might take 4 or 5 forward entries.
What's this pickup? Look at that. Has a look up. Never in doubt. 8 goals, 7.55 Darwin. 4 goals, 5.29. Peter, they finally got reward after locking that ball in the 50 for a couple of minutes.
Yes, it just takes something inspirational like that to get Buffaloes on a roll. They need a couple in a row, though.
O'Sullivan desperately trying to lift as bursting through the pack there was Clark Edwards.
Important clearance, that one.
Very.
Clark Edwards and Christopher Atkinson working pretty hard for the Darwin Buffaloes. Getting that ball inside the forward 50 again.
Well, let's see what Darwin can generate from here.
Wonder what mentality-wise for your players to see your coach out there standing in the rain or in the drizzle on the sideline. What if that helps towards actually going a little bit harder for the football when you see your coach standing there? Obviously talking about Michael McLean out on the boundary line.
Well, I suppose it comes down to him being leading by example. And him being on the sideline shows I'm in this too.
Exactly.
Wills with a quick hands. O'Sullivan has a snap at goal and they get their second in 90 seconds. Well, good reward for Ryan O'Sullivan because he's been an absolute workhorse for them today.
Absolutely, and Philip Wills again on the bottom of the pack.
Beautiful handball from him. It comes to him in a second.
Big fella on the left foot, loves it. Loves the goal.
The arms went straight up. The arm went straight as soon as it left that boot. He knew. All clear.
That's 2 in a row for Buffaloes.
Suddenly the margin's back to 20 points. 8 goals, 7 plays, 5 goals, 5.
I personally love that expression of emotion and whatever. Today's game actually qualifies him for the finals if they can make it, but a player new to the club, and it really meant a lot to him to put them back into the contest.
Darwin have lifted in the second half just as they did against Wanderers last week. Oh, Wills on hands and knees, desperately trying to get that football. Comes out to Anderson. He's got a little bit of space and time. Sending it into a contest. Clark got his fingertips to it. Trying to move it forward. Williams puts it on the right boot. I think they've got their third, and they have. They're on a roll.
Well, they've won the last 3 clearances, and just that extra space by getting quick ball inside the forward 50 allows players like Damien Williams and Jalen Clark to do some work in space. And 3 in a row now for Darwin Buffaloes.
Look at the desperation of Wills in that replay. Hands and knees. Beautiful.
Talk about inspiring your team and your players when you're out there and you're throwing your body around like that, Philip Wills.
They just persevered and kept going, and then Williams. And look how happy he is.
Starting to build a belief, I think. Ash?
We've got ourselves a ball game here as Williams runs away from much needed clearance from the Waratahs. Sending it forward, it's going to bounce off hands. Will it go out of bounds? And it does. Well, the tempo has lifted. 8 goals, 7.55 plays, 6 goals, 5.41. We're at the 17-minute mark. So much at stake. The winner almost guarantees themselves a spot in the 5. Darwin have clawed their way back from a 25-point deficit at half-time. Savika can't clear it. Erlinson can, though. It's a hurried kick. Elijah Ware. Clark overruns it. Mosquito fumbles it. Bumped off by Stokes. Here they come. Shillabia beats one, then puts it on the boot. He's got Phil Wills. Wills, the running Jalen Clark. They hit the 50. It's not a great kick to Williams, but a free kick's been fade. Downfield is Justin Bugler. Knocked over Jalen Clark after disposal, and there'll be a free kick downfield. Peter, did you see that?
Yeah, they're probably a little fortunate, but it's been paid, so it must have been there.
It's a bit of a feeling in that contest with Bugler and Clark, but the build-up from the Darwin Buffaloes, because they had good skill, the handball, the attack by Jared Stokes, the handball to Shillabeer, allowed a quick kick out to Phillip Wills, and now they got another shot at goal. Williams going for his third.
The Buffaloes shuffling it up. Williams. He's put it off to the right. The groans with Jared Eilert.
We built it up, didn't we?
But they still claw one back. There's still 13 points the difference. 2 kicks. 2 kicks and a bit. As Bugler sends it up, it's going to hug that boundary line. Just going to be kept in terms of hasn't gone out of bounds on the full. It has gone out of bounds and will be thrown in, but just. Waratahs have to regroup here, don't they, Jared? They're under a bit of pressure.
They do. Good test for character for them right here.
Sam Godden, quick kick. Bradley Stokes leading the way. Erlitzen comes into Shepherd. Stokes can't get it clear possession. Trevor Oliver, quick hands. Godden trying to pick it up. In there is Archer. He gets it back. Darwin. Wills with 2-on-1. Smart's in there to spoil. In fact, he's being touched and play on was the call. I thought he might have got 2 hands on that. I thought he might have got 2 bites at that. Don't know who touched it in between. But the ball will be thrown up. Not a bad field position for Darwin, although they're 65 out. Well, there's a heap of hands in there, so it was touched. All right. Well, I am 150 metres away, Jared.
So all the attacking that Darwin has done over the last 5 minutes has just dragged all the players up the ground, and this is better. Cameron Stokes 1-on-1 in the back line, wins the ball, nice skill out.
He just showed his experience there, did Cameron Stokes. Kept his cool, kept his feet. There's Phil Wills. He's really trying to lift his team. Cross to Anderson. Mosquito comes in to put pressure on him. He's grabbed him, but he's got time to get a handball away, and it's Jared Stokes. He cuts it inboard. Cleared out. Oh, that was Shillabeer. Couldn't quite grab it. Williams shrugs off one. Doesn't have a lot to kick to. It's Cook. Play on is the call. McConnell has a little bit of space, not a lot. Oh, it's a handball underground. Skill error is starting to drift into the game as they're put under pressure by the Buffs. Collinson and McConnell both have hold of the football. Umpire just letting it go. O'Sullivan just barges in and picks it up and then kicks it high and wide. Anderson versus Smart. Anderson, clever, picks it up, can't kick it away properly. Under enormous pressure, Mosquito trying to pick it up. Stokes backhanders it to Wills. Wills beats the first touch. Now it's back to O'Sullivan again. Now it comes to Jared Stokes. From 45, he goes goalward into the square. A falling Jalen Clark can't get his hands on it. In fact, it was Williams. Couldn't quite get his hands on it. Goes through for a point. Bugler misses his target. Collinson gets it. Now it comes to Elijah Ware. He takes 2 steps. Left-footed goal. Off to the side.
Would have been the ultimate punishment for a bad skill error there. Go the percentages long and wide.
Now he has Bugler out wide, but there's Williams. Wills. Punched away from Anderson by Smart. Bugler trying to clean up. Comes to Joshua O'Brien. He's just interested in getting a kick away, and he does. Finds Sam Godden. Collarhole fumbles it. Throws his arms out. The ball will have to be thrown up.
I've seen a couple of occasions where the umpires just let the footy go, and brilliant umpiring to allow that to happen, especially for the spectators.
11 points the difference. 8 goals, 7.55. 6 goals, 8.44. Joshua O'Brien takes a strong, important mark in defence, then goes wide. Samuel Crowley. But he kicks it to a turnover. Oh, the diving Buffs player couldn't pick it up. That was Clark Edwards. Now he regathers. He had so much time. And then goes in short and finds Collinson.
One-handed pickup by Clark Edwards. Unbelievable.
Collinson kicking to it to him. Williams was the flyer. Comes off his hands for Darwin. Peter, Darwin have clearly lifted. Do you think they can get enough momentum to close this gap further?
Sorry, couldn't hear you then.
I was just saying that Darwin have clearly lifted. They can get enough momentum to close that 11-point gap further.
Well, the big lift is led by O'Sullivan.
That's the end of the third quarter, the premiership quarter, they say. 8 goals, 7, 55. Waratahs lead Darwin 6 goals, 8, 44.
Commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin by purchasing your very own limited edition number plate. All proceeds from the sale will be donated to Legacy NT. To order, visit or call AANT on 088925 5901. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm moving far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, huh?
Does it get any better?
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide. What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
This summer, pass your personal best. Pass the time doing things you love. Pass the SunSense, please. SunSense SPF 50+ is a very high UV sunscreen sold only in pharmacies that's made right here in Australia for Australian conditions. And for the best price on SunSense, you can't go past Chemist Warehouse.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out our world-class shopping experience. Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
11 points the difference. Very important points the difference in this showdown for 5th spot here at TIO Stadium. O'Sullivan, who moved mountains in that 3rd quarter for the Darwin Buffaloes on hands and knees, tries to get it forward. Sloppy conditions. Now it comes out again to Shillabia by Jared Stokes. Phil Wills, who worked overtime in that 3rd quarter. And Peter Atkinson, I noticed you over at the Darwin huddle. What was the messages of Mark Motlop, the coach?
Yeah, Matty Campbell had plenty to say and he tried to organise the forward line as much as he could to give themselves a little bit of space to move. Mark just reminded them of what they're playing for and said that the intensity they showed that quarter would be enough to get them over the line.
They certainly got momentum in that 3rd quarter. The margin was 25 points at half-time. Both clubs are in their centenary year. Foundation Club members. A lot at stake today. Anchors picks it up. Jared, your thoughts on that 3rd quarter and what it means for the rest of this game?
Yeah, absolutely. The work rate of Philip Wills and Shillabia and O'Sullivan in particular just lifted the Buffaloes, and the momentum, the excitement, everyone was having a crack.
Williams off hands, through for a point.
And that's what Mark Mollett would have been talking about. The intensity needs to be up there. And when they get the reward for effort, they just lift again.
We have a 10-point ball game here. Bugler goes sideways, finds Athanasio. It's Darwin's turn to man up, and they've made it difficult. He's got very few targets out wide. He goes to Westerberg, where O'Sullivan is the ruck. The two ruckmen going head-to-head, and it comes out to O'Sullivan again. Left foot sends it in. Diving on it is Elijah Ware from Darwin. Knocked out. Williams tries to pick it up from Waratahs. Wills takes it out over the boundary line. The ball will be thrown in. Well, O'Sullivan's playing tall and short.
He's been pretty handy for them today. If not one of their best, or the best player for Buffs.
He's probably close to best on ground at the moment. Kicked up, too short. Play on will be the call. No, the whistle's gone. Sam Crawley gets his kick away. Out of bounds on the full. And who's going to take it? Ryan O'Sullivan. The Darwin ruckman. Just got to leave the field of play to get that ball.
So let's quickly go through the goal kickers for Darwin Buffaloes. Matthew Campbell, Joseph Collinson with 1 each, Damien Williams 2, Ryan O'Sullivan and Darren Shillabia 1 each. Waratahs, Brody Carroll, Lachlan Collyhole 2, Timmy Mosquito 1, Dustin Gordon 2, Jason Williams and Nicholas Gooch 1 each.
The ball from O'Sullivan has actually gone out of bounds, and Waratahs will get it back. Both these sides at the moment in this first few minutes of this 4th quarter, like prize fighters, just feeling each other out. It's been a torrid contest to date. As Athanasio unloads, and O'Sullivan's the first to get his hands on it. Not clear. Jake Smart's in there for Waratahs, but the ball's got locked up. The ball will be balled up. Get it restarted. 10 points the difference. Sullivan wins out. Wills, quick kick forward. Campbell's there, but the boundary line, the ball bottled up on that far corner. If you were Darwin, you'd be happy with it in your forward 50 rather than anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more time spent in your forward 50, no matter which team, you're going to be happy with. And it's no doubt Buffaloes have lifted their work rate. So if Waratahs do get a quick kick out wide, they've certainly lifted their work rate to run and chase and try to win the ball back.
Mosquito with an up and under, punched away by Cameron Stokes. Socket off the ground by Anchors, cleaned up by Moroney. There is no one in the back half of the ground. Jalen Clark, ambitious, and gave away a free kick. He jumped early, and Bugler will end up with it. Well, for Waratahs, there's only 2 players forward of the centre circle.
bounds on the full. So again, Waratah's trying to keep it as wide as possible, playing the percentages. First goal is obviously critical for either team. Just Waratahs get it, just gives them a bit more breathing space. Buffaloes get it, it's just going to give them another lift, another leg to run on, and brings their crowd into it, and they're certainly dangerous when that happens.
O'Sullivan trying to get that kick away, and he does. Collinson ducked his head, heard the team was coming, and then let it go. Wills with the quick hands, not clear. Campbell though, clever, brings it back in, dragged down without it was Collinson. Play on is the call. Comes out to Blake. His quick hands doesn't go anywhere. Wills knocks it out wide. Shillabere trying to pick it up. Goes to ground, then taps it out. Trying to keep it in. Trying to keep it in was Clark Edwards. Chris Williams was in there helping.
Tell you what, Philip Wills is the man on a mission for the second half.
He is determined as Phil Wills. He wants them to play finals football, and he's leading by example, the skipper. Quick kick from O'Sullivan to the goal square. They held each other out. That looks good to me. O'Sullivan loves it. Both hands in the air.
This time on the right foot. He can do no wrong. He can do it on both sides as well.
8 goals, 7:55. 6.5 minutes into this fourth quarter. 7 goals, 9:51. And how often have we seen today? He's roved his own work.
That's what you want from your big men.
Hang on, wait for the second hand. There it is.
O'Sullivan's second half has been inspirational, but just make a point that the oval isn't muddy as such. It's a firm surface. It's just very slippery because of all that rain, but they're not actually sinking into the surface. So that's exactly what Buffaloes want to have happen, I would have thought.
Mark Motlov sold his troops at three-quarter time that the work that they did in the third quarter would set them up, and it has. They're now back to within 4 points. Athanasio trying to charge through, more like a forward prop. Body with Savica. Anderson comes in. Some tired bodies, but they continue it on. Atkinson took his time, let go. Stokes gets a kick away. Now to Jared Stokes. He has time to have a look, and he goes sideways to Elijah Ware. Elijah presenting it to Williams on the ground. Both players down, loose in there. Clark Edwards can't get it out. McConnell with a hurried kick, but it's all Darwin, picked up by Hagan. Hagan picks out Shillabere. He's telling him, don't worry about it, boys. I'm going to go back and have a shot.
Well, we've already seen him kick a goal from here in the second quarter, I believe.
He's a bit further around, but well within range, clearly, Jared.
And the flags indicate that similar breeze for when the last time he had a shot. So he knows what to do.
He's put it up. Breeze not as strong as it was, and it's gone through for a point. Worthwhile effort though. I mean, we're now down to 3 points the difference. They have momentum.
Defensive setup by Hagan to block that exit from Waratahs is the key indicator for Coach Mark Botlop that his players are thinking about it.
Trevor Oliver takes a juggling mark. If they get this over the centre wing line, it'll be their first time forward in this quarter. And they do just marginally. The ball's punched away and out of bounds.
A good launch pad here for Waratahs. They can win the boundary throw-in, get a kick inside the forward 50. They're in a good spot.
Balastro versus Atkinson. McConnell trying to soccer it off the ground. Now he picks it up. Knocked out. Anderson, quick tap out. Savica with body. Oh, taken high, I thought. And in fact, the umpire will let it go and ball it up. Blake was the Waratahs player getting off the ground. Strong body, McConnell versus Ware. Ware shows his experience, gets up, but drops the ball on the ground before he made contact, and so the free kick will be paid. McCarthy. Picked up by Trevor Oliver. It's a bouncing ball in that forward line. Running hard is Gordon. He's overrun though. Maroney links up and then they send it out wide. There's no one out there though. The ball will go out of bounds and the umpires pay to deliver it out of bounds. Quick restart. And Collarhole presents himself.
Only not with a lot of options on that clearing kick, but obviously, yep, that's how they're playing it. That's a free kick every day. Collarhole, he was so inspirational for Waratahs in the second quarter.
Thinks he's a chance from out there and he winds it up. It's going to land in the square. It's loose. Socket off the ground, but a point must have been touched on the way through.
So Williams has worked all the way up the ground. He's been predominantly playing forward.
Nail-biting stuff. 11 minutes gone. 8-8, 56 plays. 7-10, 52. Charging through was Ware. Couldn't pick it up. McCarthy's in there. Knocking it out is Godden. Jared Stokes. Godden picks it up, wrapped up by Stephen Anderson. Play on is the call, right on the boundary line, right in the strike zone as they call it. And the crowd's really getting involved. The tempo has lifted enormously.
I'm impressed with the fitness of both teams here. Normally you're cramping left, right and centre, but both teams still going hard at the ball.
Savika, clearing kick from the stoppage. Campbell taps it on, keeps it in front. One more. Can he keep it in? No, the boundary line beats him, but he's gained about 25 metres. That was just experience.
See Ryan O'Sullivan come back on for Buffalo, so great opportunity to rotate. He's had a bit of a breather for the last 3 minutes. See if he can make an impact.
And a big thump. Abe Anker's cut it off. Liam Philpott high up and under. It's 2-on-1. Bugler. And there's that man Wills. Comes out to Jared Stokes. Jalen Clark tries to pick it up. Stokes keeps it in front. Got taken high. Let go. Play on is the call.
He didn't see it. It's blown.
Ball will be thrown in. Peter, the umpire, was blindsided, or?
Yeah, he was blindsided on the high tackle. He's paid a free here for
verbal
something
abuse
else, I think.
Bit of chat, perhaps.
They're a bit unlucky then, Buffaloes.
Yeah, unlucky they didn't get the call for deliberate out of bounds. I thought that was
well.
there, but you know, you got to roll with it now. That's a free kick to Waratahs, and they sort of release that pressure.
They've just got to stay focused, Buffaloes. I think they can wear them down, but they've got to stay focused, not worry about decisions they feel have gone against them.
Oliver, Ware lifted in this second half. Jalen Clark gets it, plays on quickly, heads towards goals. Oh! Just clips the post on the way through. We are back to a 3-point margin. Bugler sends it outside 50 to clear the pressure. They've got the run on, but they're put under the pump. Hagan and Anderson are in there, 3 versus 2. Underground. Godden tries to get away, quick kick, looking for space, finds it. Off hands. Picked up by O'Brien. In fact, it was Collarhole. Mosquito's in there. Mosquito, right foot turns, sends it back to the square. It might bounce across the front. In fact, it does.
In that passage of play, we've seen Abraham Akers, Godden and Tim Mosquito, who was so prominent in the first half for Waratahs, I think finally get some hands on the football. They're going to be crucial for Waratahs in the last half of this quarter if Waratahs are going to get over the line.
Darwin concentrating on blocking it up here. They really want to get this ball out of there. Waratahs desperate. 8 goals, 8, 56, plays 7-11, 53, 3-point ball game. 5th spot on the line. Gordon tries to take him on. Got dragged over the boundary line and will go for holding the ball. Tremendous tackle by Chris Williams. Clark versus McCarthy, punched away by McCarthy. Elijah Ware decides to soccer it on. Athanasio slides, let go, play on is the call. Godden comes in. There is going to be some tired bodies tomorrow, Jared Eilert.
Absolutely. And the intensity hasn't dropped off at all. Thought Buffalo's defence held up well there.
O'Sullivan. Archer. Up and under. Taken by Ferguson. Jackson Ferguson. Underground to Mosquito. Beautiful pickup from Mosquito. Taken late. Free kick. Advantage played. It's Bugler all the way off half-back from 52 metres out. Justin Bugler goes goalward and drifts off to the right. Peter, just quickly, what can Michael McLean do? What changes could he make to actually lift his side, generate something?
He's got to hope for a lift of a couple of his big men because O'Sullivan's having a major influence. That was a dangerous cross to centre half forward and they nearly paid the full price. They've got to get a goal here, Buffalo's. Getting a lot of possession.
They just keep working it forward. Stokes picks it up. He's got time. Wills just fell at the last minute. Smart trying to bottle it up, and in fact he is. The ball will be thrown up. Jared, do you think Majo can make any moves? I mean, he's got to stop O'Sullivan, clearly.
Well, Buffalo certainly have unsettled Waratah's structures. They were so structured in the first half, but now they've got to get first hands to the football as Buffalo's go forward again.
Shillabeer punched away from him. Matty Campbell raced to the ball. He's first there. He's up against Brodie Carroll. Now it comes out. They're trying to run it out through Anchors. He gets done and caught holding the ball. Umpire Galbraith right in the spot, and there'll be 50. Well, he just had to give him the ball back. That's all he had to do.
Yep.
The free kick was there, no question about that. And what this does is it puts them on the goal line and a chance to take the lead for the first time today.
You just see Waratah seeing it start to slip away.
Well, Michael McLean just then quickly didn't look very happy. As it, Joey Collinson.
Oh, and hit the front.
Jake Smart and Collinson having a chat to each other, but the damage is done and Darwin hit the front. They now lead 8 goals 11, 59 to 8 goals 9, 57. 18 minutes gone. Let's have a look at this. Anchors picks it up. Caught. Gone. The umpire in perfect position to see. And then knocks the ball out. You're shaking your head there, Jared.
Yeah, it was just whoever can make the best decisions in these kind of circumstances normally come out in front. Silly decision to put your hand there and try and knock the ball out. Crucial centre clearance.
And there's O'Sullivan again. They relieve a little bit of pressure to Waratahs. Picked up by Williams. Damien. Phil Wills has got time after he fumbles. Puts it on the boot. Looking for Shillabeer. A beautiful chest pass. There's open space in front of Shillabeer. Running into it. Running into it is Clark Edwards, but he ignores him. He winds up, and from 60 he puts it into the square. Campbell backing up, punched off hands. Through for a point. Bugler had to get all the way back.
Normally the ball goes out the other side, and it does on this occasion.
Jackson provides the outlet.
Good work by Stokes just to hold up play, because normally it goes out the other side and it's free with a lot of space.
Godden. And I'm just looking here, and Darwin, to their credit, are pretty well matched up. Balastro, fingertips, can't grab it, and the ball goes out of bounds in front of the scoreboard. We are literally just seconds away from time on. 8 goals 9, 57 Waratahs trail, 8-12-60. It's only 3 points, but it may as well be a mountain. Savika. Stan Godden gets it. Good use of the body. Blake onto Oliver, onto the running Mosquito. Mosquito goes looking for his full forward. Diving, Gollahole can't get it. Punched away from him. Socket off the ground by Atkinson. Archer just puts it on the boot. Stokes is there. Keeps his feet, keeps his composure. Tries to keep it in front of him. Can't do it. Got taken high. Play on is the call. O'Sullivan's in there to help out. Shrugs off one. Knocked away from him. Chris Williams back to Elijah Ware. And Elijah Ware's kick gets chopped off by Bugler. Quick hands play on. We've got Sammy Godden. Gooch. They've still got the runners. There's Blake. Now he's got to get a quick kick away. Oh, taken high. Play on is the call. They both went to ground. Good hard contest. And Waratahs claw one back through Jason Cook.
What a clutch kick. He went left and he had to turn back onto his right foot. He probably surprised himself that he had that much time and space to actually turn back in.
Just watch this replay here. It's a good contest between Stokes and Williams.
Just slips out for him.
Yep. Right foot. Just sat it up.
The Waratahs back in front. It's going to go down to the wire. Finals on the line.
Waratahs back in front. 3 points. 9 goals, 9. 8 goals, 12, 60. 22 minutes gone. Loose out of the middle. Hagan wrapped up. Socket off the ground. It's a foot race. Oh, picked up by Jared Stokes. To O'Sullivan, the ruckman. Sends it out wide. Wills, he balks, dodges, gets onto a position to have a kick and does, just puts it forward. Athanasio with body. Oh, smothered by Shillabeer off the boot. Now there's a handball away. They're messing around with it, but they've got it out of the 50 and a free kick's being found for Sockering. Kicking in danger. That's going to be good to have a look at on the replay. There is not much. I don't know how much time is left, but...
Not going to be too much. Is distance going to be a factor, you reckon, Ashley?
Well, Elijah Ware, in his day, can kick from 50. The ball is wet and heavy. He's not messing around. He's going straight back and straight forward and directly in front. Distance isn't a problem. And the Buffaloes hit the front in time on.
Wow, big call. Big kick.
Well, they thought they were out. Shillabeer actually held it up. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it was there. It's there. Good free kick. Elijah Ware had one hand near the ball.
The experience of Elijah Ware to just settle, think his way through that kick and nail it for his team.
Cracking game of football here for round 17. The winner takes 5th spot. Darwin trailed all day. They've hit the front twice in this last quarter. Now they've got a 3-point margin. We're in time on. Shillabeer taps it forward. Tars relieve the pressure and the siren goes!
Unbelievable. Unbelievable fight back for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Amazing game of football. The final score, 9 goals, 12, 66. Darwin defeated Waratahs, 9 goals, 9, 63, and they claim 5th spot.